What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I just got back from a little creek trip. Didn't get a chance to film an intro when I got there, and I'll explain why here in just a second. It got cut a little short. I went up and back. I went up probably 3/4 of a mile and came back. Caught some good creek fish. You know, decent, some red breast and some spotted bass. But I want to preface this because there's not that much fishing. So if you want to, if you're going to stop now, then you're going to stop. But what happened this morning, the reason why I didn't go any further was I ran into that guy. And everybody knows what I'm talking about. That guy that, just got to be out front, got to have. So let me kind of talk about what happened this morning. I'm going to try to keep this short, I promise. So where I went this morning, the access doesn't open till 10 o'clock. So I got there right at 10. The gates were not even open. I waited on them to open the gates, pulled in. So as I'm pulling in, I park, get out, turn around, kind of mumbling around the truck, gathering stuff together, and another boat pulls in. I've not seen anybody fish at this particular creek ever, besides myself. But anyway, there was. Now there was three clues here that should have let me know what was going to end up happening before the day was over. So number one, when he pulled up, I was starting to walk to the thing, and I mentioned, I said, I've never seen anybody fish here before. And he went, well, me neither. He was already mad. He was ticked that I was there. Older guy, he is what it is. I'm just telling you what happened. I went inside. The lady there, they asked you to sign in because that's how they get their funding. The more signatures they get, the more visitors they get, the more the funding they get. And so I went ahead and signed in. He did not. I'll go ahead and say that. He did not. I went to the restroom. Well, at this point in time, he is at a dead sprint, just as hard as he can go to get back to his car and get down to the water. I didn't care one way or another. If he wanted to go first, fine, whatever. I've always been the opinion that whoever's there first should get the option to go first. So anyway, I go up to my truck. I pull down to the water. He's getting unloaded. I mean, he is slinging stuff everywhere. He's running like a little banty rooster all over the place, trying to get out into the water. Again, don't care, whatever. So anyway, I am unloaded. He is in such a hurry, he nearly runs over my kayak trying to get back up to the hill. I had to pull my kayak out of the way. I guess he was just going to run over and push it out of the way and keep going. But anyway, he's already come back down, walked back down to the hill, and is in his canoe getting ready. And so I'm like, okay, he'll be gone, long gone by the time I get back. Yeah, no. I put my kayak in, I put my cart underneath it, I rolled it down to the water, introduced myself, asked him, I said, how do you want to do this? Because you can only go up. Down is not an option. And I guess if you wanted to scale the cliff and go down that way, you could, but down is not an option here. And so he just either didn't hear me, number one, or just ignored me. And so either way, could have happened either way. And so I take my cart off, walk back up, I drive back up, park the truck up the hill. Okay, so and I went inside and talked to them for a few minutes. I'm stalling here, trying to give him time to get going. I'm thinking, well, he'll be gone. He'll be already up the creek a ways. Common etiquette, if you're going to go first, you go up a ways, and then, no. He's still milling around. This has got to go here, but he's running. I mean, he's just all over the place, just as hard as he can go. And so I've already got everything in the boat. And again, I asked him, I said, how do you want to do this? And this is why I think he ignored me, is because he didn't say a word. I think he ignored me both times because he knew what he was going to do. One way or another, he was going to get his way one way or another. So don't be that guy. We're out there trying to have a good time. Well, anyway, I go ahead and put in, because he's still milling around. He's walking back and forth. He's got half his stuff out on the bank, moving stuff around. And so I go all the way up to the first set of shoals. I didn't catch a fish all the way, because I didn't fish. I paddled all the way up the first set of shoals. I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop right here because it's a good 100 yards up there. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to get out, go over these shoals. The next pool was only maybe 30 yards long. And so I'm like, I'm going to I'm going to go across that. I'm going to cross that. That'll give me one long pool, one short pool, and I'm going to go all the way up. Not happening. Didn't happen. I get up to the first set of shoals, and I hear the awfulest racket, and it's him beating on the rock, because the water's only this deep. And he is just tearing them rocks all to pieces with an oar, trying to get back up there. So I stop. I'm like, okay, he's going to want to go first, whatever. Well, the thing splits. The common courtesy would be to go around this way. I'm sitting here fishing this runoff. He runs right through the middle of it, goes right through the middle of that next pool, keeps going. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just trying to have a good time. Don't care. Here's where the problem hit. Instead of him going up that shoal, pool, up the next shoals, and going all the way up and going over again and putting a good 150 yards between us, he didn't. He went right up to the next pool and started fishing. Well, I'm sitting there and I'm milling around until I see him get off, and I go up, and he is literally turned. And what it is, he's blocking. He doesn't want me to go any further. He has turned his boat sideways. And I said, hey man, I'm going to just go on past you about half a mile. There's 4 miles of creek here. I'm just going to go on, get out of your way. And that was the wrong line. He went to screaming and cussing and hollering me. And I'm like, fine, whatever, dude. I'm done. I'm up the creek we're up there about 3/4 of a mile by now. And what are you doing? And he's cussing and screaming, up one side and down the other. I'm like, fine, dude, whatever. I ain't got no skin in this. It's like he's fishing the Bassmasters out here in this little creek, catching spotted bass that's that long. I mean, come on. I'm out here to have a good time. I brought nothing. I brought me 2 rods only because I wanted a whopper plopper and I wanted to put on a Ned rig, and so that's what I had. And so I come back down, and so anyway, I only got to go up about 3/4 of a mile. It ended up working out fine. No big deal. I've got a tournament tomorrow. It's going to be a 12-hour ordeal. It's going to be hot, and it's going to be hot, and it's going to be hot. So I don't care. But let's get to the fishing part of it. I'll tell you what I used, because I kind of jumped around in the video here a little bit. I used a Whopper Plopper 60. I call it a wimpy plopper because it's only about that long. It's bone colored, and then I was throwing a Nico Helgermite on I believe it was a 1/10 net head. I just wanted to put that out there. Everybody's run into that guy that's got to be first. He wants every inch of the water he can take, and it is what it is. It is what it is. He leapfrogged me, and so I was just going to leapfrog him and go away. Because what should have happened, 1 or 2 things should have happened. He should have laid back and let me get on up there out of the way, or when he crossed me, he should have went up half a mile. He should have went like 5 or 6 pools up, done a little map study to where it turns back to the left. The creek stays pretty straight and it hooks left. And so he should have went all the way up to the turn instead of going up 1 pool and stopping. But he wanted to run me off, and that's what he got. So, it is what it is. It ain't worth it. Like I said, biggest fish I've ever caught out of there is 15 inches long. I can go down here in the pond behind my house, catch that fish. I just did it for the fun of it. So, anyway, hope you enjoy the video. I'm sorry for the little rant there. I just felt like I need to put that out there. I apologize to the man. I didn't feel like I really did anything wrong, other than the fact that I just didn't let him have his 100% his way. So it is what it is. I'm not sure what exactly he wanted from me. I guess to stay back and let him fish it off, because it wasn't like he was just making a cast or 2. He was hammering those areas, and he was going up and back in those pools, and I understand if it's a tournament type setting, but I'm still not going to do that in a tournament type setting. I'm going to go and get out of the way. If I get there in the morning and there is 3 people at the launch that I'm going to, I'm going to stand and talk to them. We're going to see what we're going to do. If we're all going to go the same direction, that's fine. I'll be telling Charlie. I don't care. I finished just as good as tail end as I have in the league before. So, hope you enjoy the video. Watch it till the end. Best fish comes at the end, I'll tell you. Some beautiful red breast. and some really pretty spotted bass. Catch you next time. All right, so let me show you. Let me see if I can get this thing situated. It's been a day or two since I've worn this thing. Let me show you what I'm using here real quick, kind of in a dead spot. I'm using a wimpy plopper. And I call it a wimpy plopper because it's the littlest version that they make. I think this is the 60. And so, anyway, and now it's gonna rain on me a little bit. But that's all right, because I'm gonna be soaked for it. So, there's a fish right there, right on cue, and he missed it. Right on cue, and he missed it. He hit it, and he missed it. I'm not used to throwing a plopper, or any sort of topwater for that matter, on a spinning rod, but I wanted to go ultra light today. I wanted to go light action stuff, so I brought what I wanted to throw. I'm not scouting for anything. I have no plans on fishing any tournaments in here ever. There is a team tournament right now. I could fish in here, I guess, if I wanted to. Let me give that another look right there. I don't think you ever actually got it. And so, I'm just out here having a good time. Wife and kids are gone on a trip to go see a play over in Florence. So I'm just out here gonna have a good time doing one of my favorite things to do during the summer, which is to float. There's a little fish. Actually, not bad, a little red breast. That's the first fish of the morning. Pretty little red breast. He gone. There's, oh, did he get it? He hit it like a ton of bricks. He thought he was big. He thought he was big. So there's another species. Get pliers, get hold of him. I don't want to hurt him no more than I have to. These creek fish, they're a little different. I'm not real sure. This is not a spotted bass. I'll show it to you in just a second. Oh, that's not a spotted bass. I'm not real sure what that is, just to be honest with you. Oh, he's got a little tooth patch right there. It may be a little spot. Somebody probably know better than me. He hit it like he thought he was big. Go on out of here, buddy. Oh, he missed it. Oh, he got it that time. Not sure what it is. Little bitty bass, I think. Yeah, little bitty bass. Got him right in the top of the head, bless him. Little bitty bass. Get him back. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for the rant there at the beginning again. But I know there wasn't much fishing, but it is what it is. You know, it happened what it is. So anyway, got a couple of more videos coming out. I know I haven't posted in a while. It's been really difficult to make content right now. It's so hot. So anyway, got another video coming out in the next couple of days. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.